We are at Vancouver Community College in the Culinary Arts Department for another edition of Saturday Chefs with Dana Reinhardt, the executive chef from Windset Farms. And we got the gloves on today. Must mean we're doing something hot and spicy.
Hot and spicy. We're using the Gusto, and they're aptly named, the little Gusto peppers from Windset.
Because they have some gusto.
They have some gusto. It's just that the seeds on the inside of these little guys, I'm just gonna cut one open. That's where the heat is. And
you don't want to touch your eyes after.
No, you don't want to touch your eyes or anything else afterwards, and hence the gloves. We can take them off and then wash our hands afterwards. I'll get you to slice those up.
Just like you did? That's it?
Just in half like that, and I'm going to chop, once you've done that, I'm going to chop them up fairly fine.
Okay, so we're making a glaze.
Yeah, and we've got our students back here, and Sandy and Daniel, and they're chopping some ginger for us. And then you want to chop these fairly fine.
Make it nice and fine.
So I've chopped this
chunks.
by hand.
Because she's an actual chef.
And it's what I do for a living.
I am not.
So I have this handy little chopper. These are great for making little dressings and things too, but this is a kind of a cheater's method.
I like it.
For getting a lot of finely chopped ginger. And actually it doesn't really chop it, so you know if you're a chef. And this is gonna be a little loud. I just want you to be careful if you're doing this at home. A lot of people have caramelized sugar before. I have a wide, deep pot for caramelizing the sugar. So I'm just going to turn that on.
Because it could splash up? Or?
Exactly.
Okay.
We're going to be adding things like the ginger, shallots, garlic, and then some liquid as well. And when you do that and you've got a caramel going, it will bubble up, and you want to stand back, and you want to have a nice, deep pot for that. So I've got it on a medium high.
Okay.
And I got a couple of cups of sugar.
You just put it in there on
That's
its own?
it. And then we're going to let this caramelize. This will take about 5 minutes.
Okay, so it's caramelized, it's smoking, and I'm feeling you need to stand
back. I'm going to take it off the heat because it is the perfect color right now.
Be very careful with this.
Because what happens now is this is super hot, and we're going to add a quarter cup of soy sauce, the juice of a lemon, a couple of tablespoons of rice vinegar, and a couple of tablespoons of fish sauce. So we've got salty and the sour, and definitely the sweet with the caramel. And then we're going to add a little heat and a little bit of aromatics with the chilies and the ginger. So I'm going to get you to stand back. You'll hear it. There we go. It's actually cooking. That's the ginger, the chilies, some shallots, last but not least garlic.
Would it splash up? Is that what
you can get closer. You can see it's actually cooking it.
Oh yeah, okay.
And can you smell that? You can smell the chilies, you can smell the ginger. A little piece of salmon here. There's the glaze when it's finished. So you see how thick it is, and it's got nice chunks of the chili pepper. The gustos look really fabulous in this. I used a little bit of red and a little bit of yellow. So there you go. You've got a finished piece of salmon.
Do the red and yellow, is there a different level of hotness with the different colors?
No, there is none. And for you to taste, I have this fabulous, this is great on a flank steak. But like I said, chicken, pork, salmon, beef, vegetables. I mean, you can grill a bunch of vegetables, and while they're warm, just toss them in this glaze.
That's great.
And then I serve a little bit on the side for people to dip into.
This is my favorite part right here. Tire pork.
Yeah, this is the tough part of your job.
Oh, I know, it's awful.
There we go.
And it looks beautiful. Oh, you're gonna. We have to plate it. I was just going to eat it right off of the cutting board. I'm not very couth.
That's quite all
Look at the beautiful peppers that you've got here. Isn't that
pepper
nice?
and cucumber salad, of course.
You make it all pretty so that I can destroy it.
And then I'm going to just put a little bit of the glaze right on the top too.
That looks
and then
beautiful.
There's a little extra on the side.
Okay. Yeah, but I needed you to cut one of those.
I need.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Just so you can taste.
It's perfect. Thank you so much, Dana.
You're welcome.
Oh, I don't know how you do it, so.
I know.
I just don't know how you manage.
Well, pretty easy. I make her cook the food and then I eat it.
Why were you so scared? Was that because you're not usually in the kitchen?
Because she was warning me. She was warning me so much before we started shooting. Stay away from the pot, and it could be dangerous. You don't want to burn yourself.
No apron. You didn't have an apron on. You didn't have your little chef hat.
Neither did she. What? I wasn't really cooking.
Do you have your little apron at home?
Enough out of you.
Do you have your little apron at home? That's a good recipe.
I don't want to talk about it.